Hey folks, my name is David Faltzgraf, and I'm the founder and lead sound designer here at SundaySounds.com. We're really excited to be able to provide you with high-quality song-specific MainStage patches for today's most popular modern worship songs. Using our MainStage patches, you can nail these songs live, even if you're not using backing tracks and you're the only keyboard player. The great thing about all our MainStage patches is that you don't need any expensive third-party plugins or software. You just need MainStage 3 running on any modern Mac computer, and you can use these patches live. We've designed this patch at the original tempo and in the original key of the song, but there's a video tutorial on the product page that you can check out after you purchase the patch if you need to do the song in a different key or at a different tempo than the original. To make things even easier for you, we've pre-mapped this patch to our Sunday Keys MainStage template. So if you have Sunday Keys, you can just drag and drop this patch right into your concert, and it will be pre-mapped to the extra section. There's no setup work or mapping required. Just drag it in, be ready to play. Now I'm going to hand this over to Ryan, who's going to walk you through the various sections of the patch to teach you how to use it to nail this song live. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, Ryan here from Sunday Sounds. Now before we actually get started playing this patch, I just want to go over something, and that is the click. So we've got this patch set to the original tempo, but for songs with the slower BPM like this one, where the click is set on every quarter note, it can almost seem a bit slow and hard to follow. So I'm going to show you how you can change the click so that it occurs on every eighth note if you want to. Go ahead and select the patch here in the list. We're going to go to the Attributes tab. Has time signature, we want to check that if it's not already. And we're just going to double these values, so 8, 8. So now we've got a click that plays on every eighth note, and it sounds like this, rather than a slower click that goes on the quarters like this. It's totally optional if you want to do that, but that's how you can go ahead and accomplish that. With that, we'll go ahead and get right into the patch. Alrighty, so just real quick, I wanted to make a note that this patch, like most of our song-specific patches, makes use of the mod wheel. We're going to use that to bring in and out different parts of the song. And so if you don't have a mod wheel, well, that's okay. We've got a tutorial over on our blog that's going to show you how you can set up a fader or a knob to work in place of the mod wheel so that you still maintain full functionality of this patch. So with this song, we've got our mod wheel set up to work kind of in two zones. So from 0 to 50 and then 50 to 100. Now from 0 to 50, we're going to use that for our slower parts of the song, and as we get near to the halfway mark, we start to open up pads a little bit, and things just get a little bit bigger. So we're going to use that overall to build the slower parts. And then from 50 to 100, it's kind of the same idea. Since we're using it for the bigger parts, 50 is going to be sort of big, but then as we creep it up more towards 100, filters are going to open up, things are going to get louder. So it's just really a tool to help you build throughout the song. Now on the keyboard, we've got the full piano mapped across the keys, and that's so that you can really be open with what you're playing, voice your chords how you would like to. And then in the left hand, we've got it set up to just work as octaves. So you're going to be playing the root note or the bass note of the chord. And then we'll do that for most of the song, and then in the bridge, we'll drop off the bottom of the octave and just play in this range. So let's go ahead and just get started. For the intro, it's an instrumental. We're going to start with the mod wheel down. There's a little lead line that goes on in the right hand, and then we're just doing roots in the left. And that sounds like this. Okay, and we're just going to repeat that progression one more time. Now, as you noticed, after the first time I played through, I bumped the mod wheel up to 50% just to kind of build as we keep going, and that'll be our intro. Now, we'll have the mod wheel at 50% since we built there, and then we're going to come in with verse 1. So it's going to be the same chord progression and the same timing. We're going to have that A, F sharp minor, E, and then in the right hand, we're going to leave it out for the first time, and then we can bring it back in, doing that same lead line that we did in the intro. Then for the chorus, we're going to kick the mod wheel up to about 75%. You can kind of adjust that depending on how much space you need to take up. And then we've got a new chord progression. We're going to leave the right hand out for the first chorus and just let the left hand do the work. And you can build it if you want during that. I'll play through that first chorus real quick, and that sounds like this. And we're just going to repeat through that chord progression a few times. Now at the very end of that chorus, we do a refrain. We're going to hold out on the D, and we're going to hold that for 8 beats total. But other than that, every chord in the chorus gets a total of 4 beats. So when we go back after the chorus and we go back into the verse, we're going to do that lead line every time that we play through the chord progression. So as in the first verse, we left that lead out on the first time through the chords. Second chorus, we're going to do it the whole time. So after the second verse, we go into our second chorus. And I like this one bigger, so I keep my mod wheel kicked up all the way. And then this time in the chorus, we're going to add in the right hand. I like to just do kind of the same chord over the different bass notes. And that sounds like this. And it's just going to be the same progression as chorus 1. Now, you can really, you're free to do what you want in the right hand. I like to do maybe a A, E, A, and then change it up to a B, B, E, B, or maybe even an A, E, B. It's up to you. Okay, let's talk about the bridge of the song. So, coming out of that huge chorus, we're going to drop way back for the bridge. And so to achieve this, we can actually leave the mod wheel up and just stop playing the lower end of the octave in the left hand and play more in this range. In the right hand, we've got this little lead line that plays throughout. And so we're going to play the bridge quite a few times. We're going to start to build as we keep repeating. Now, whenever you have time in the bridge, go ahead and pull the mod wheel back down to 0, or just somewhere in that 0 to 50. That way, as we do build, we can come in with the octave in the left hand without getting that ARP right away. So I'll probably play maybe one repeat of the bridge, start to pull it back, go through it again, and then we'll start to build up and up. Eventually we'll get into where we're just doing eighth notes in the right hand, and that'll take us into the chorus. I'll go ahead and I'll play from the big chorus. I'll drop it back down into the bridge so you can see kind of how getting rid of the left end of the octave here works, and then I'll build it back up. And that sounds like this. And so we can actually keep repeating those bridge chords until we build in to the next chorus. We're going to play that chorus just big like we did before. And then eventually we kind of get into this instrumental kind of outro deal. And so what I like to do, and this isn't really in the song, but I think it's a pretty awesome texture, is to do this little arpeggio in the right hand, and we're just going to keep playing those chorus chords in the left. I'm just going to play that for you real quick, and then we'll go back and look at it a little bit slower. And we'll just kind of keep repeating that arpeggio. I'll play the right hand a bit slower here so you can see the notes that we're using. F sharp, G sharp, A, and then C sharp. It's G sharp, A, B, E. It's A, B, C sharp, E. A, B, C sharp, G sharp. Okay, and so that's really most of the main parts. There's kind of another down part, but really you can just kind of drop out the right hand and play in this range as we talked about before. And that's kind of just something to know about the whole song. If you need to go to a down part, drop off the left end of the octave and just play in this range. The right hand's free to basically do what it wants. And then once again, 0 to 50 is kind of your down part build, and 50 to 100 is going to be the build for the bigger sections of the song. And so that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. It's a really powerful and awesome song, and we hope you add this patch to your library. We'll see you next time.